up, Rider Nation? How y'all doing today?
What we hit the field like, all day like, all night like, green and white like, offense like, defense like, hit squad like, house call like, and it's all like, and it's all like, and it's all like.
I remember when we came back from Calgary in 2009, and I told you guys that we'd be playing for plenty of Grey Cups ahead. And I made that promise to you, and now I'm so glad to help, with the help of my guys, to finally bring that Grey Cup right back here to Saskatchewan where it belongs.
Hey, let's go, baby. From the start, let's send it on right away. They don't deserve to be on the field with us, man. Let's go. Let's show the whole world what we're about tonight, baby. And leave here champ. All right? Champs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Champ. Let's go.
Darian escapes. And here's Durant with the pass complete. First down at the 30. A lot of steamboats. Taking a shot. And he's going to take a shot. Looking downfield. Wants to Dressler. Touchdown.
Dream is still alive in Saskatchewan.
3 Grey Cup appearances and so many successes, and that was reflected in success at the gate, success financially. I don't think it's preposterous one bit to suggest if it's not for Darian Durant in that era, we're not doing this interview at this venue. We might be doing it a few blocks away at the Taylor Field site and interrupting the interview to kind of catch a mouse or something. I mean, that's how important that era was. Starting in 2007, 2007 to 2013, it was I think it was the second sort of glory years era in Rider history. There's the Ronnie and George era, and then there's the Darian Durant era, the era beginning with Kerry Joseph, and again, Roy Shivers being such a catalyst. But everything happening in the early 2000s leading to the culmination with the home field Grey Cup victory in 2013, 1 year and a bit after it was announced that a new stadium would be built. And so much happened over those number of years, and the starting quarterback for most of that time was Darian Durant.
All a commitment to Darian Durant to increase not only his individual numbers, but more so the team mission of winning the Grey Cup.
That BC game, I can tell you this, I can remember being on the microphone with Richie. It was like, man, we got to get this done. We have to get this done. The magnitude of it, and that was from the defensive side doing some things. But the biggest thing is, Darian had been a running quarterback early in his career, and Darian was very conscious of being in the pocket. But Darian took that game over with his legs. He went back to that old Darian. He channeled that. That was all Darian in terms of him just saying, hey, you talk about all in and everybody using all the gifts and talents that God has given them. Darian took over, and they weren't ready for that. And I think that was the biggest thing is, it wasn't scheme. It wasn't anything like that. Is they didn't have a plan for it because we didn't plan for it.
Darian was just like, hey, put us all in his backpack, right? It was just like, all right, let's go. And he found something, and they exploited that defense. He dropped back, and big wide is just wide open. Take off, slide, okay, line it back up, let's go. Drop back, take off, drop back, Dressler.
Touchdown, Dressler!
It was beautiful to watch. Like, most of the time, the DBs, defense, we're pretty much sitting on the bench like, all right, we talking about what we're gonna do? Nah, we're standing up like we're all fans in this moment, right? So that was awesome, man. And when we put that together, we knew from that point, we had a very, very special group to overcome that in that moment.
It took so much mental toughness for Darian Durant and his teammates to do what they did. 2009, go to the Grey Cup, and that was such a heartbreaker. 2010, return to the Grey Cup, lose by 3 points. A really tough season in 2011. And then the 2012 West Division semifinal, Darian threw 4 touchdown passes, put up 438 yards in Calgary, but Calgary scored a last-minute touchdown. And that was a real heartbreaker as well. So you look at 3 out of 4 years, the Riders have have lost a really tough, had a really tough playoff loss. And you can say that it sort of builds mental toughness, but if you don't have that within you from the outset, I think that's an issue. And the strength that Darian and his teammates showed in order to persevere.
It means so much, man. It's so hard to put it into words. All that we've been through as a team, the change, the turnover, I mean, you name it, man. This organization has been through a lot, and I'm just so proud of everybody. I'm just happy that Brendan and J.O., they stuck with me throughout this ride, man, and we deserve it, Rider Nation. We're coming home to get it. It's all about winning. I'm not worried about the headlines or the storylines or whatever. We'll leave that up to the media. It's all about winning, man. We've been here one too many times. It's time for us to capitalize on our own field. That's the goal, and that's what it's all about, man. Playing a great cup at home.
Thanks for this, Darian.
All right, man. Thank you.
Darian Durant beat the Calgary Stampeders.
The quarterback position is obviously the most important one, or one of the ones, and I would still say it is because it's the quarterback. So when Corey got hired, Darian was the guy here, obviously, and we continued and evaluated him before we played in 12 and decided obviously he was the guy we're going to go with. The more we got to work with Darian, the more we knew he was going to be the guy that carries us how far we're ever going to go for the next few years. And Darian's an interesting guy. You have to put and make sure he has trust in you and faith in you, from a GM to a coach to a coordinator, whoever you are. And we had to build that up, and we did. And me and Corey specifically were honest and truthful with him on what we expected. And he ran with it and took it. And we could have made a change. We could have brought in somebody, who knows who that would have been, whatever. We never really went there because we thought he was our guy and we knew he was our guy.
Darian Durant, the moment we saw him last year in his first game, you could see he was a natural leader. He's one of only 2 quarterbacks in CFL history to get his team to the Grey Cup in his first 2 years as a starter.
You look at those years and how much fun they were, and the emotional extremes, the absolute devastation of 2009, juxtaposed or contrasted with the excitement of 2013. But that ride over those years with Darian Durant behind center for the vast majority of those games, that's just a sweet memory. And you see the highlights, and we're celebrating all of those accomplishments today and this weekend. But they all accumulate, and it's just overall, it's this terrific feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Chamberlain and the West Division champion, Saskatchewan Roughriders.
In many ways is once in a lifetime. We'll never have that chance to see the Riders win a Grey Cup at Old Taylor Field again. That was the final opportunity to do it, and the Riders cashed in massively that day. But even when the stadium was empty, there was still some rejoicing to be done, and Darian was part of that. And he created so much for this fan base, this province, this team, and I'm so glad that the Plaza of Honour induction has come to be, because there's nobody who could be more deserving of this.
It's more than a vision, it was a dream. I dreamt it, and I could hear Chris saying, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders are your 2013 Grey Cup champions.
In this game, the West semifinal. Now Darian Durant again, all by himself. Up Main Street, Durant inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. So, just when we thought that Corey Sheets would be the weapon on the ground, it's Darian Durant himself.
Well, we talked about it with Travis Boulay earlier. Same goes for Darian Durant. This time of year, you do whatever it takes to buy yourself another week. And Darian Durant, on this drive, a couple of huge runs, putting this team on his back, making plays.
Make sure there's no doubt. Durant into the corner. Dressler.